love, justice, respect, equality, kindness, compassion, equal in dignity, and rights. Hello and welcome to Equal in Dignity and Rights by the Wasmuth Center for Human Rights, home of the Idaho Anne Frank Human Rights Memorial. Today, you'll be introduced to another person of influence whose words are also etched into the stone of the Idaho Anne Frank Human Rights Memorial. At the end of this video, we'll prompt you with a few questions that will get you started in today's virtual journal entry. Remember, there is no right or wrong answer to what you write. You are human, equal in dignity and rights. Our next influencer is one who is native to the state of Idaho. She may not be world-renowned, but her work has made a difference in how the United States government interacts with indigenous peoples in the modern era. Her name is Amelia Amy Kutzak Trice. Amy Trice was born April 26, 1936, in Bonners Ferry, Idaho, and died July 21, 2011, at age 75. She was a member of the Kootenai tribe, an indigenous people of the Northwest Plateau. The Kootenai are one of the 5 federally recognized tribes in the state of Idaho. One of the unique characteristics to Trice's journey is the fact that her tribe had never signed a survival treaty with the United States. During the 1970s, her people were living in extreme poverty, and the tribe's numbers were declining. There were only 67 members of the Kootenai tribe when Amelia was elected the tribal chairwoman. In order to obtain the necessary resources for the tribe's survival, she led the Kootenai people in declaring war against the United States government in 1974. This single act created national interest in the plight of indigenous communities. The Kootenai War was nonviolent. They set up toll booths along a major highway crossing their ancestral homeland to raise awareness about their situation and to generate funding. It also consisted of marching with pickets and passing out informational packets to inform citizens of the compromised state of the tribe. Again, the Kootenai efforts were entirely peaceful. The state police came with mace and sawed-off shotguns. The closest thing we had to a weapon in our tribal office was a fly swatter. Amy Trice. The 3-day war, along with a delegation sent to Washington, D.C. that included Trice, enabled the tribe to secure federal recognition as the Kootenai Tribe of Idaho, established 12.5 acres of reservation, a mere fraction of the Kootenai ancestral homelands, as well as secure funding that would strengthen their community infrastructure. Over the years, Amy served as a public figure for indigenous affairs and rights, while also assisting indigenous peoples to start businesses of their own. Amelia Kutzak Trice's story highlights how even a small group of individuals can impact society. Her efforts were part of a larger system of Native American indigenous activism that took hold in the United States during the 1960s and the 1970s. More than 90 Native American tribes came together through conferences to draft shared issues and needs that would help foster sustainability on the lands to which their tribes had been relegated. Their direct action persuaded the U.S. government to update its promises on long-held treaties that had often been left untouched since they were first drafted in the late 1700s and throughout the 1800s. Many Native American organizations were formed during this time period, including the American Indian Movement, the National American Indian Education Association, and the Native American Rights Fund. These movements inspired Americans to take a closer look at our shared past and the relationship our citizens have with the Native American community. Amy Kutzak Trice left a legacy of nonviolence and is credited for her efforts and leadership for Native American women. If not me, then who? I have something to do, and it has to be done now, or tomorrow may not come for me and my people. Amy Trice. Now it's your turn. No need to wait a single moment. Through the Schoology portal, we've left a space for you to record your thoughts. You may want to pause the video after each question to give yourself some time to write. There are a total of 3 questions. Here are the questions to help get you started. In Trice's quote, she says, "If not me, then who? I have something to do, and it has to be done now." Write about a human rights related issue that is important to you. Why is it important for you to take action on your issue now? If you don't take action on your human rights issue, what could result? Take your time. Remember, this is your journal, your diary. You can be honest with your thoughts. Justice Amy Kutzak Trice teaches us through her work, never forget how we can positively change the world when we are all equal in dignity and rights.